Yeah.
Oh,
Snap your neck.
better fall in line.
Yeah. There's another one. There's another one with dogs.
I see him. Oh,
Dogs.
oh, there's 3 of them. Good God.
Oh, run.
No! Come on! I used to be a fan of Digimon. I mean, the animated show at least.
I like the first run of it.
Yeah, I'd say seasons 1 and 2 were like the best of it, and then after that, I just lost interest. It happens. I mean,
I watched through. I don't know how long the seasons were, but I watched through quite a bit of it starting from the beginning. It was like once it changed names and like main characters that I kind of quit caring.
That's whenever the second generation happened, and it was like TK and what's Ty's little sister. I forget her name.
I want to say Kyrie.
Kari. Yeah, but
say Kingdom Hearts is Kyrie.
But whenever it moved on and like those two were still in the group, but yet everyone else changed, I still paid attention through most of that.
I watched the beginning of that, but I quickly lost interest.
I made it all the way up until like they did. They basically had because they had the villain in the beginning, and turns out the villain actually, became good later and joined up with them and became like the eighth Digidestined, the new Digidestined, and then a new villain came out, and I was just like, okay, this seems interesting. Oh, hey, what's this going on over here? And I completely just like lost interest. And Digimon competed with Pokemon for quite some time, and they're like, you could say that Digimon's a carbon copy of Pokemon. It's not. It has.
It was a different thing.
I feel like it has its own enough differences to like justify its own existence.
They weren't running around capturing monsters. They had a monster that fought on their behalf in a digital world.
And not only that, but
computer code and shit.
Yeah, but that monster was like
it's closer to Shin Megami Tensei than it is Pokemon, right?
Yeah, and that monster was like permanently tied to you. That monster was, if anything, like soulbound to you. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Which, like, the most similar thing was the fact that they had Digivolutions.
Yeah.
So, like, they would Digivolve.
But the Digivolutions weren't permanent.
Yeah, they also went back to their original forms afterwards.
Yeah. Or if they used too much energy, they'd go to a form that was lower, because they
reminded me more of a Power Rangers type of formula than it did a Pokemon type of formula.
To an extent. I mean, heck, you could even say, like, near the end of the first run, whenever Ty and Matt, they basically had their two Digimon combine into a gigantic, like, war mech. I was like, huh, interesting. Because there were certain things that I just was like I loved a lot about it, but I don't know. Later on, when I got older, you start to see tropes the older you get, and you start to see, oh, this is what they borrowed this from. Oh, that's what they borrowed this from. It's like I still enjoy it, and I know that Digimon actually had a Digimon Tri, which was literally like a continuation of the original Digidestined. Like, they retconned a lot of the stories that came after, and basically just redid everything that happened after the second season.
If y'all hear weird background noises, by the way, our roommates are cleaning upstairs.
Yeah, the old Halloween stuff that they were still organizing and all that. And honestly, I would say Digimon still has its place in the world. It's nowhere near as famous as Pokemon and never will be, but oh well. I guess it's just...
It was a close second for a while.
Yeah, then Yu-Gi-Oh came along.
Yeah. I think Yu-Gi-Oh kind of knocked it out for the Pokemon contender.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh unseated Pokemon for a little bit, for a few years, and then
especially
Pokemon just came right back. Oh yeah,
especially in card game market.
Oh yeah, and then Pokemon just came right back, and it was It's weird, man. It's weird how shit like that goes. But
around the time we were in middle school, nobody gave a shit about Pokemon cards. It was Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, exactly. And you
then
know,
after that, I got to high school, and everybody was like, Yu-Gi-Oh's lame, play Magic the Gathering. And we were like, okay. And we got sucked into that money sink.
God. So, Pokemon, like a Pokemon fan plays Digimon and hated it. So yeah, Jaden is going to be attempting to play Digimon games. Level with you, Digimon games suck. Like most Digimon games out there, there are very few that are okay. I don't even think there's really a great or even good Digimon game.
I haven't played any that I personally like.
No, me neither. And I would like to hope that maybe, fingers crossed, like maybe a good Digimon game is out there.
What is the highest rated Digimon
video game? Oh, this will be interesting. What does it say?
It says our internet is being a dickhead.
Oh, well, I knew that, but, yeah.
See, here they've just ranked the best ones. So
okay.
Skip to number 1, Digimon World 3.
Hold on.
Released in 2002 for the original PlayStation.
Hold on, let's take a look at that. Digimon World 3. Okay, Digimon World 3. If that is the best, look at that.
47 out of 100.
If that's the best, that's like, oh my god. That is horrible.
Yeah, like literally less than mediocre. It's just if you're a Digimon fan and you want to play the one that sucks the least, that's the one.
Oh.
So I wouldn't say it's the best one, I would say it's the one that sucks the least.
Yeah. So Jaden made a video talking about Digimon. I guess we're going to watch and just, like, relive the pain with her. So, I guess, without further ado, let's get into it.
I know absolutely nothing about Digimon. Pokemon is my entire life, so why would I need to branch out? Well, I happen to be a very open-minded person, and the only way to prove that is to play a Digimon game for the first time. I wanted to see if, putting all my bias aside, I could bridge the gap between the two, and they could live together in harmony in my tiny little brain hobby drawer. So thus began my journey on finding the perfect Digimon game to start out with. At first, I didn't think that would be a difficult feat. Every community kind of has the general agreed consensus on what media is best to consume as a newcomer, right? All it takes is a quick Google search, I play what the internet people tell me, and now I'm a Digimoner. Well, apparently not here. I've come to realize that it's a bit complicated for them. Everywhere I looked, there were threads upon threads of people trying to agree on what Digimon game is even good in the first place. Pretty much every comment I read,
I'll save you the trouble. None.
said something along the lines of, this game is pretty good, yeah, except for these things, or this game is great, if you can look past these extremely annoying mechanics. Every time I thought I had a lead on a game, I would look further into it and realize a lot of people actually had a lot of complaining to do. And it wasn't even angry complaining, it seemed like I've walked in on a fandom that has just been hurt over and over, and they're really trying to hang on to something and believe in the good of the franchise, but they've just been put through a lot. You know, kind of like the Sonic fandom. I've never...
Oh... Yeah,
Which I actually saw that Gerard put out a video today saying he enjoyed Sonic Frontiers. So maybe they finally got a good one.
Well, let's see here. I know Charlie also put out a video talking, his title of his video is like, Sonic Frontiers is actually pretty good so far. And here's my problem with the game in terms of its overall reception is this, but a lot of people are saying, given what the story is, it should have been much higher than that. But because of the gameplay loop, which, you know, go figure, it's a Sonic game, you know, it's not as good as it should be. I
figured the gameplay would have been the strongest point for that, hopefully.
Well, that's what a lot of people who I trust are saying. You know, they're just like, if the gameplay were better, this would,
I would say
be
they,
like a 9 out of 10.
You can already tell that they're not the smartest publishers in the bunch, because they just released their fucking game right next to the greatest game of the year.
Yeah, if I'm
It's
them,
like the only game that could actually contend with Elden Ring for Game of the Year this year. They just fucking released it right next to that. Like,
for those of you who don't know, we're talking
Ragnarok's
about
a goddamn masterpiece. So
why
why would I go play Sonic Frontiers right now when I got Ragnarok to play?
I agree.
I wouldn't.
I agree. Knowing
Even
Gerard,
as a fan of old Sonic games, I have no desire to put down Ragnarok to go play that right now.
knowing Gerard, I guarantee you he got an early review copy of Frontiers, and thus he was able to make the video early.
Yeah,
and he requested, I guarantee he requested that of Sonic Team because he wanted to play Ragnarok as soon as it came out.
Most likely, yeah. He probably got that video done, put it out like yesterday, and now God of War's out today, and that's probably exactly what he's doing right now.
And I guarantee you Gerard is in like full completionist mode. He is not stopping. He's probably in the midst of...
I'm in full completionist mode with it, and I'm not even Gerard.
Same.
I'm just
same,
like, I'm
dude.
going to find all the stuff I can find. This is fun.
Dude, I've already killed like 8 of the ravens. And I'm just like, oh.
I've only seen one so far, but I killed him.
Yeah, there's
I was walking through a little area and I heard, and I was just like, it's like, they're back.
Yes, the Eyes of Odin.
I love that you actually got to see his 2 actual ravens this time too.
Yes, that was actually really good.
I love ravens. I love birds. Owls, ravens.
But
owls are my favorite, but ravens are my second favorite.
Overall, this whole thing with Ragnarok being released, I'm happy. But let's go ahead and get back into this.
Back to
I
bad
had to do
games.
so much research just to find a single game in a franchise that people can just all agree is good. People were talking about how they like Digimon World, but apparently it's like a tedious and frustrating Tamagotchi game where you just start over if they die. Digimon World 2 is apparently a dungeon crawler, but extremely grindy and complicated, and I read a lot of people complaining about it just being bland. People said Digimon World 3 is a typical RPG, but the battles get tiring and annoying, lots of backtracking and never feeling like you get anywhere. Digimon World 4, Digimon World Championship, the list goes on and on, con after con. I spent multiple research sessions searching, even opted for a last-ditch effort by asking Twitter. Everyone was saying different things. No one seemed to be able to agree that there was just one game that was overall good and easy to start with. And Digimon fandom, if there truly is a good game out there, you guys need to start pitching the franchise better. You made this difficult.
So this is what I will say, Jaden. Starting with the game to get into a fandom like this was your first mistake.
Yes.
What you should have done is started with the first episode of the original show.
Yes, started with that. Start with the anime.
That's what we started with as kids, and then go check out the old action figures you probably can't get anymore. That's the good part of the fandom. Those action figures were like Transformers. They're fucking badass.
Yes.
I wanted every single one of them, and I didn't hardly get to get any of them as a kid, but...
I got a few Digimon toys as a kid. The number one that I wanted was an Agumon, because Agumon was my boy. I love Agumon. I
wanted the one that he evolves into, but the one that can actually transform into like the fully armored version.
Oh, there's Greymon and Metal Greymon.
Yeah.
And then and also I loved Skull Greymon, the bad Digivolution. I thought that looked pretty badass. Anyway, but I love this picture here. That's like me logging into Twitter any time of the week. It's like
Bolt. I will say it seemed like the majority of people enjoyed Digimon Cyber Sleuth, but the thing is, that's not really the type of game I wanted to play for the channel. It looks like it's got more of a Persona 5 vibe that focuses more on the story and characters and stuff. That's just what I've read, I don't know. Either way, it wasn't the fit for what I'm looking for. I'm sure I would love it as a casual playthrough, but it just didn't hit my content checklist. All this research led me to a game I decided to settle on. Digimon World Dawn. It didn't seem perfect. I saw complaints with it, but I thought, you know, it seemed like the same amount of complaints other Digimon games were getting, and there were enough people talking positively about it. I figured I could look past the criticisms, maybe even if I was aware of them beforehand, they wouldn't bother me too much. And plus, I thought it looked nice. I like the pixel art, and I'm a sucker for good pixel art. So after all that, all the research, knowing the flaws beforehand, having a positive mental attitude, I settled on a good enough Digimon game, right? Something at least playable, right?
Wrong.
As much as I want to say yes, this was one of, if not the most miserable video game experiences I've ever forced myself to.
Oh, they even put Skullgreymon in the fucking park.
Hell yeah.
To go through, and that isn't
The
even as
bummer
a biased
cars.
Pokemon player. That's as an enjoyer of fun. I was aware of Digimon World Dawn's criticisms. I knew what I was getting myself into. Yet despite all the warnings, all the positive outlooks, all of the manifesting to be able to frolic hand in hand with both the Digimon and Pokemon franchises together in a beautiful field of 1,000 sunflowers, it was just awful. It started out lighthearted. I tried to put my name in and realized they only allow 5 characters for the main character's name, so I'm Jaden. Before any gameplay, I'm given 4 different packs of 3 Digimon. The balance pack, attack pack, speed pack, and the Japanese pack. And honestly, I was shocked to see how huge and powerful they all looked. Look at these big men! Pokemon starters don't look like this. This is awesome! I chose the attack pack because the big worm guy was my favorite, and then the game forces me to nickname.
Dude, that's one of my favorites.
All my Digimon. It's not an option, and if I try to name them their original Digimon names, I can't, because they don't give me enough characters. Again, out of everything I read about this game, this is hilariously not mentioned in anyone's criticism list. I don't know if it's a Digimon thing, or I don't know. So here I, Jaden, am with my Charmon, Tony Tiger, and Big Worm. I'm not even given a chance
Big Worm.
to breathe.
Like, who that?
It's Big Worm. Big Worm.
Big Worm.
Before I'm thrown into this Digimon
What
game
up, Big
tournament,
Worm?
having to fight for my
I mean, Big
Digimon and
Worm.
friends' lives and glory, in an environment I'm not even sure how to comprehend. Like, first of all, where are we? This sure doesn't look like the
internet.
States. Or Japan, I think.
You're in a
Also,
computer
what is a
program.
Digimon? I win by figuring it out, kind of, not
You see, this is why her jumping head first into the video gaming realm of
Yeah,
Digimon
shoulda watched the
is
show.
the worst possible
You would have at least
route
had
to take for a
content
starter.
of why they're called Digimon, because
Yes.
they're computer programs.
If you watch the anime, you get all the context within at least the first 3 episodes. You understand what a Digimon is. You understand the world that you are that this is all taking place in, and you get introduced to
Wait,
your
didn't they get
baseline
stuck
Digimon.
in the digital world, like at the very beginning?
Yes, that was the
So the
thing.
first Digimon's a fucking isekai. Dude, I've seen it come up so much lately, like so many examples that nobody ever even thought about. Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz. Like, there's so many isekais, not just in Japanese current anime. Anime is basically just catching up to everything else.
Yeah.
Because that's been a thing, like, forever.
It has been, and it's just, I don't mind it, but when it's done ad nauseum, I just, but, yeah. Jaden...
It's more to me, it's like when they do that and they're like, this is the setup plus something we threw a dart at a board for, like having a cell phone.
So if I'm Jaden, if I could like talk to Jaden about where to start with Digimon, if I could, extend an olive branch, like a friendly olive branch to Jaden, I would say anime. Watch the anime first. At least, as far in as like if the anime's not your thing,
At least
fine.
the first couple
Just at least the
episodes.
first 3 episodes to get the gist of what's going on with Digimon. And then after that, I would recommend, okay, if you want to pick up some of the trading cards, or if you want to pick up, some of like the comic books, or maybe
I would
something
just try
else.
World 3 because the battle's getting old. Sounds like every RPG to me. If you enjoy Pokemon, like, you're not going to have a problem with a complaint that says the battles get old, because the Pokemon battles get fucking old real fast.
By Gym 3, I can't even play through. I tried to play through Yellow again.
I can't
the
play
other
any
day.
of them anymore.
I tried to. I got to the 3rd gym. I got to Lieutenant Surge's gym, and I'm like, I'm not having fun. This is boring. I am not having fun right now. I don't want to play this. And I just turned it off and I didn't go back. Anyway, sorry.
Really, still don't know what's going on, and then win a few more times before the tournament is over and our team or gang or something light Fang is the winner. Yay, Jaden! You won the tournament for us! What's going on? Oh my god, what the f is that? In a complete twist in story direction, a genuinely terrifying virus of death spawns and starts turning all the Digimon into Digi-Eggs, including mine.
Yeah.
I checked my guys, and Charmon is the same. Tony Tiger is a bit smaller, but Big Worm is a dinosaur now. He's not a big worm anymore. Now his cleverly tailored nickname doesn't make any sense. How was I supposed to know I was getting fully grown Digi-Guys, and they were gonna turn them back to small Digi-Guys again, and Big Worm starts off as a lizard. That's like the opposite of how evolution works. I knew I didn't know anything about Digimon, but after the past 5 minutes, I've realized I am completely out of my element. I go up and
Jesus Christ.
fight the horrific demon virus that I'm IRL scared of, and despite still not knowing what the hell I'm doing, I end up winning, even with my little Digibabies. The virus deuces out, and the head of the Light Fang clan, this Glare guy, that's his name is Glare, is like, this is so weird. Go climb a mountain and look around or something, I guess. I'm sent out to look for virus clues at Login Mountain and run into my Light Fang friend, Kenpa, who's like, I don't know what happened. We got here and all the wild Digimon started attacking me and the other members. They left me behind to be mauled with no escape equipment. I'm fine now, but I think I'm just gonna go back to the city. She does that, and I start traversing the mountain. And this is where I experience my first complaint that everyone was talking about in this game. All the dungeons and areas and stuff are mazes. They're all mazes with...
Ew, gross.
That's fucking... No.
Oh, that's horrible level design. You do a maze like one time in a game.
Not every single one. You evil bastards. Oh, hey, Vega. So, that is Jaden. I am so sorry you had to go through this. As a fan of Digimon, I gotta say, like, damn. This is... Damn. I don't... God damn.
That would have been the thing. Every dungeon's a maze. Nope, not playing that one.
Nope. It's like, fare thee well, Digimon Dawn. You know, I don't care.
Kitty.
Hey.
Meow. What you doing? Are you hungry?
Of course he's hungry. He's Vega.
What you doing?
Come on, Vega. Hey, buddy. Aww, who's a good boy? We got a kitty cat here. There he is.
The chunky lad.
The Chunks McKenzie. Hey.
Or the long boy.
Yeah.
Depending on what you prefer.
Yeah. He's a big cat.
Yeah.
He's a chunky kitty.
He's a big old boy.
There you go.
This is my kitty.
Yeah. Vega's a good boy.
I promise you I'm not overfeeding him. He's just a big boy.
No, well, it's a lot like Lulu.
He's big bone.
I don't overfeed Lulu, but yet she's just big because of the hormone problem.
He's like a tiger cub.
Yes. Look at him. Aw. Anyway, enough ahs for one day. Let's get back to the uhs of this fucking game.
Absolutely bonkers wild Digimon encounter rates. You don't have a mini-map to know where you're going or where you even are any point of the dungeon. And there's no item to avoid the random encounters. Basically, I am realizing this is like playing a Pokemon game, but the whole game is a maze. You never know where you are because maps don't exist. Everything is wild grass, and there's no repels. I think I chose the wrong game. I end up stumbling my way to the top of the mountain. At least I think it's the top. I have no idea where I am and never will. And the other two guys who left a defenseless little girl to be roasted over a Digifire are getting beat up by a Digi-Eagle. I knocked the bird in the head hard enough to make him come to his senses, and he apologizes for being mean, which is more than I expected, to be fair. And the guys are saved. By the way, I didn't know that Digimon spoke. I didn't know that they spoke to the people and talked and interacted. It's weird to me, and I never quite got over it. We returned to the city.
It's because you're just used to the pika pee, pika pika pee.
To be fair, I actually think that I saw my first episode of Digimon before I got my first Pokemon game, and before I saw my first episode of Pokemon. But I saw Pokemon very quickly after Digimon because they were both on 4Kids, I believe.
I remember that.
And so it was like, I was like, oh yeah, they talk. It's like, hey Ty, I'm Agumon. You know, I remember his voice and stuff.
And
it's like, we're gonna go kick some ass. And then like I was like, this is Pokemon. This sounds like the same thing as Digimon, but it's like, oh, all Pokemon only say their own name. Pika-Pee. I'm just like, that's slightly annoying.
Slightly, yes.
Except for why does the
Meowth?
Why does the Meowth talk? That doesn't make any sense.
Because he's genetically engineered. That's why.
And I don't think I even got to that point in the anime where they finally explained that.
And everyone's like, great job, Jaden. And then suddenly I'm left alone with absolutely no idea what to do or how to continue progressing. I'm trying to figure out if I have to like talk to someone or walk into the right room and someone's like, ah, Jaden, we're all being traumatically and irreversibly turned into Digi-Eggs over here. Or something, I don't know. And I do want to make sure you guys know that even the main hub is a maze. The amount of time I spent trying to figure out where I even am in the supposed safe space of the city overworld was pure comedy and frustration. Why is everything in this game perfectly designed to try and make...
Just Ari, just like, I think Jaden's broken.
Make me never open my DS ever again. I am just wandering around, walking in what I am 60% sure is a circle, left in the dark on what actions I need to take to keep playing a game I no longer want to play. I look it up and figure out that if I want to progress the story, I need to earn it. I have to walk into this building, talk to the Digi-Clerks, and complete multiple useless side quests that have nothing to do with anything to unlock another chunk of the main game. And let's not forget,
so like
all
Assassin's
the
Creed
dungeons
style
are mazes.
bullshit. Original Assassin's Creed style bullshit.
Oh, why?
This is some terrible game design.
Oh God! If I could literally like just, you know those like,
should have picked World 3, Jaden. It was the least bad metacritically.
Or just watch the anime.
I said that already, but I want to reiterate. I have to go through mazes, sometimes multiple times, to unlock the important maze, but only for a little bit after I earn just a biscuit, just a crumb of that sweet, sweet story nectar. I'm humbled yet again by being told to go play more errand boy in more pointless mazes as the cycle continues. Surely this game is not serious. Surely this game didn't get an overall average to decent rating on multiple game review sites. Surely the people who said this game was pretty good, all things considered, were secret enemies hoping to pull innocent victims into their dark, dark digiweb, looking to either break the weak or torture the strong. What is going on? Am I the only one who thinks this game was meant to be given to hostages to torture information out of them? I'm 3 hours in and I'm straight up ready to spill my mother's maiden name. And I still don't even know how to play the thing or what a Digimon is, because no, I do not want to read a Bible's worth of tutorials. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the first person to use a Nintendo DS to kill a man. Let me cut this whole show short and just tell you the entire non-fluff plot of the game. Evil Fountain of Youth of Death virus turns all the Digimon into Digi-Eggs. Lightfang Clan thinks Nightcrow Clan is behind it because their chief is acting strange. Nightcrow Clan thinks Lightfang Clan is behind it because their chief is acting strange. The two realize neither of them are behind it because they've been mind-controlled to act strange. They find out there's an evil Digimon virus thing behind it all. Jaden beats it up, it fades away, and credits roll immediately. Bruh. How long did it take me to experience that story? 15 in-game hours. And I was cheating. I was using speed up and EXP codes and guides and ibuprofen. That time could have easily tripled if I was being a good little squeaky clean angel playing the game in its purest, most intended form. But if I did that, I would have thrown myself into the ocean. And even using all the resources I could find, it still was not a fun experience. Here's a clip of me trying to read a guide after my 5th time of being completely lost in a maze dungeon. If you've unlocked the macro sea, go there and head south, then go up and right to head to the south path leading to another screen, then go left after another screen, then go to the big bridge looking thing on the left. If you don't have the key, head south. Oh my god.
I didn't understand any of that.
No walkthrough should have to be like
I'm freaking out.
Oh god.
Pain.
Whoever made the level design in just this game needs to be shocked with the cattle prod a few times.
Or just go to a seminar on good game design. Jesus. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Like, I want you to understand something.
If somebody was like, would you rather play through this or Pokemon Red again? I'd be like, Pokemon Red.
Pokemon Red.
Every time.
I would rather...
I'm not going to have as much fun with it as I used to, but I would still at least have a little bit of fun with it.
I would play through Pokemon Red and Yellow back to back with one arm tied behind my back. I would rather do that than be guided through this game.
And to be fair, that's pretty easy. Like, you can just play Pokemon like this.
Well, to a certain extent, but, you know, the directional pad and then the buttons and then, you know, it'd be annoying doing it over... That's what I'm saying, but having to switch forward, you know, back and forth
somebody tried to make me play
over
an action game with one hand behind my back. That sounds awful.
But I'm just saying, like, I would rather go through the torture of not using my hand for an indeterminate amount of fucking time on 2 games that I find boring nowadays than play this fucking game. Just from Jaden's explanation and just from everything that I've seen.
Oh, dude. Not only was I subjected to maze after maze after maze, wild encounter after wild encounter, but throughout all of that, the game still expected me to do a cement mixer amount of grinding. No way, Jose! Do you know how many layers deep this agony cake is already? You want more? Sir, yes. I am but a husk. As you can see, there's not a molecule of serotonin, dopamine, or endorphins in this lifeless body. There is nothing left for you to take. You have created a human raisin. I'm really sorry, Digimon fans. I really have nothing against Digimon as a whole. In fact, I absolutely loved a lot of the Digimon designs. When it comes to monsters and creatures, I have to admit, I am an edgy bitch. So I absorbed those guys like they were a little puddle of muddy water in a scorching, barren desert. Because metaphorically speaking, that's what they really were to me. Look at all these fellas! I'm surrounded by everything I could ever want in a monster. Pokemon could never. Maybe Aggron. I even got Big Worm back. He's my friend forever. Despite all my efforts, I chose the wrong Digimon game. I really did try. I'm sorry I didn't play Cyber Sleuth. I didn't know the other option was 1,000 punches to the skull. Regardless of the pain this game has inflicted on me, I can, against all odds, say I am coming out of this experience a bit of a Digimon enjoyer. Maybe I still don't know a single thing about any of it, but I have some favorite guys. I think they're cool. This evil game somehow didn't tarnish my view on Digimon as a franchise. I am damaged, but I forgive. One day I will play Cyber Sleuth and hopefully be able to commit to being a fully fledged Digimon fan. That's how I think it works. Until then, Digimoners...
Just watch the first couple episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
Worried about you. Please seek therapy. Hello, thank you for watching another video.
Dear God.
If you're still here, I would like to announce secretly that I have an announcement, and it's gonna be announced in a couple days, so stay tuned. Alright, cool. Thanks.
Well, whatever the announcement is, we'll see.
Woo.
Woo! So,
I like announcements.
I do too. Except for morning announcements. I hated those.
Yeah, true. Those
all of a sudden you hear, boom, boom. Hello. today we will be serving chicken surprise for lunch. And also...
We regret to inform the students that we are out of apple slices. You will be given 3-week-old peas as a replacement.
Also, recess is canceled today because they're fixing the blacktop for the 50th time this year.
And because we do not like the idea of any of you little shits being anywhere close to happy.
That is so accurate. It hurts.
I never actually said these things, but this was always how I felt in school.
I am in pain mentally from both that and that. Oh. So yeah, this was a thing that happened, and I regret. I'm so sorry, Jaden. I am. I hope that you have a better experience with whatever Digimon media you choose to do next, whether it's Cyber Sleuth, whether it's the anime, whether it's whatever. I hope that your time goes
As at least a fan of old OG Digimon cartoons, whoever convinced you to play that is an asshole.
Yes. I hope that you find whoever did that to you, and that you...
Anyone who enjoys that game is a serial killer, too.
Yeah, I'll say this, Jaden, if you find out... I hope you find the person that recommended that to you. You walk straight up to them, you point your finger right in their face, and you give them a stern talking to.
Maybe flick their nose with your finger, too.
Yeah, like...
Consider reporting them to the FBI as well.
Yes, for cruel and unusual punishment.
And for just being a psychopath.
Alright, so thank you all very much for tuning in. If y'all want to see more from Jaden, click her name in the title of the video. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Take care, everybody. Peace.
What you staring at, Mr. Kitty?